I mean, yeah, I think you could tell at the beginning of the game. I don't, it's definitely not something you plan for coming in. We always try to come in with intensity, and I guess, today maybe we didn't bring that as well as we have in the past, but it's definitely something we'll be working on going forward.
Maxa, did you feel like you had some looks, just maybe was a game where they just didn't fall?
Yeah, I mean, we had some wide open looks, especially at the end, and we just didn't knock them down, but we just got to keep shooting and have confidence for the next one.
2 more home games before the break. How important is it to go into that break with, with this behind you?
Of course, we want to come out with more energy, especially at home. We want to end this before Christmas break on 2 wins. So, and we have 2 good opponents, and hopefully we come out with a little more spark and, yeah, just take it to them.
Kara, kind of going back to what you said at the beginning, is this a game that maybe prepares you pretty well for the Summer League with the way they play athletically, like you said?
I think so. I think, our whole pre-conference schedule was really tough, and that was intended to prepare us. We have a really tough conference, and that's, something that Coach reminded us of, that nothing is guaranteed, and that's a good reminder as we go in. We get to start 0-0 as we go into the conference, and it's a good reminder that nothing's guaranteed, and we have to take each game as it comes and bring the level of intensity that we need.
I thought Tulsa came out and changed a little bit of their style of play and really had played a very, very good game, hit a lot of shots that were late shot clock shots that ended up being threes that ended up going in, and certainly an opportunity for us to learn how to finish possessions, whether that's the length of the shot clock and finish it out to take away that last shot of the possession. Certainly an opportunity to learn how important it is when teams are in space to defensive rebound at the same time. I think they started the first quarter with an offensive rebound, and they started the third quarter with an offensive rebound. So finishing the possession and then finishing the play.
Jeremy and I were just talking about it. Their perimeter shooting is way better than they usually shoot today.
Yeah.
Was that a defensive deal, or were they just playing on character?
Well, I think they switched how they played in some ways in terms of they've been more of a 3-out, 2-in offense, and this time they really spaced the floor and tried to get some penetration kicks. But even at that, I thought in the first half, I think they had 2 or 3 maybe late shot clocks where they just kind of took us one-on-one and pulled up and shot it at the end of the first half. They also came off some ball screens, some flat ball screens, and just played behind it, shot it, and made it. So some of those aren't necessarily easy shots, but they made them.
Both girls that were in here kind of talked about that. It's a good reminder of that nothing's guaranteed. I think that's the phrase they used. Is that something that you?
Well, just because you're playing at home doesn't guarantee you of anything. Just because you're, playing a team that maybe you're comfortable with or not comfortable with, you need to continue to play with. You need to play with great energy. You need to exceed the energy that your opponent's playing with. And I don't think that we did that at the beginning of this game. I don't think that we did it during stretches of the game, but there were other stretches that we did. And for us, we're a team that we can play hard, but we have to take that to razor's edge. We can't just play hard and be good. We've got to play over the top hard on every possession. So if that's what they're referring to, that's great. I love that we learned that.
Coming into the season, you just mentioned that it's a team that's really going to have to play hard to win games like this. Have you seen that up to this point for the most part?
I think it's really hard to sustain that throughout the course of a game. It's really hard to sustain that throughout the course of a season, but it's something that the special teams have. Whether it's a difference maker to do that for you and make those plays, or it's someone that brings that out in their teammates. So that's a point that we have to get to, and we just weren't at that point today. But we can learn from it and find a way to get better because of it. We've been good at turning teams over. In games, and today was a game that we weren't able to really do that, and so we weren't able to get as many easy opportunities. But then even in transition, I don't know how many layups that we had, but we had a few in transition that if we would have made them, I'm sure it would have felt a little bit better.
Do you feel like, too, was this a game where the shots were there for you, the looks were there?
I thought there were a lot of times we took care of the basketball. I thought we had a lot of good opportunities. for whatever reason they didn't fall. I thought we had some open layups and some open threes late in the game. We didn't make them, so what we have to focus on is, okay, then let's get some offensive rebounds in those situations.
How important is it that you still have consecutive home games here, that you create a situation where you are going into that break, into the conference season with a little bit of momentum?
Well, that's really important, you know, and we play three games at home in 6 days, and so bouncing back and being ready to play against Riverside, who's very, very good, in North Dakota, who's very, very good, is going to be really, really important for our kids. You know, teams, over the course of break, teams have different challenges. You know, you have a lot of free time, but having a lot of free time, you know, isn't necessarily something that we're used to. And so we've got to find a way to get into a routine and stay in that routine to the best of our ability.